Hello Aquarius and welcome to Truth Well Told Tarot. This is Andrea and I'm here to do your weekly tarot reading for the week ahead for the sign of Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising and Venus, so I hope you're well. As always, the reading won't be for everyone, take what resonates for you, so welcome. So I've got your Archangel Michael message here, Aquarius. We have number 10, don't settle for less. You are a child of the divine and you deserve to have your dreams come true. Don't give up. So don't settle for less. This is a message that you might need to hear this week. So Aquarius, I'm going to do a more concise tarot reading this week because I've got quite a lot on, but you know the readings are intuitive, so we will see what the message is for you. What do we have for our lovely Aquarians? Thank you for the week ahead. Weekly tarot reading for Aquarius. Thank you, angels, spirits, guides. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man. The Nine of Swords, and we have the Six of Swords. There's a feeling here that you have been waiting for something to happen, seeing how things play out. And you know, we can wait and wait and wait with the Hanged Man. It's a still energy, physically still energy. But there's a lot going on inside with the Hanged Man. There's a lot going on in terms of how things are playing out. You know, our enlightenment, our illumination, the wisdom that we're getting as we are still in the energy. So there's been a lot going on in, I feel, your mind here, Aquarius, even though you have been still or stuck in your current circumstances. This is that scenario for you. So I think that you've been waiting and waiting and waiting. The Nine of Swords can be, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if the other happens? I mean, we can talk ourselves into being completely overwhelmed with negative thoughts. You know, it always is based in fact, the Nine of Swords, and it always depicts somebody who is, you know, in the middle of the night, they can't sleep. It can be the card of the insomniac because they're so caught up in their thoughts that the thoughts have taken on a life of their own, so it's magnified energy. I feel that you're waiting for something here, and it could have been for a significant amount of time. And I think that there's fear of something not moving in the direction that you want it to move here, Aquarius. And we can get overwhelmed with those thoughts if we're not careful. So there's always a cautionary energy with the Nine of Swords of be careful in terms of how you're perceiving something, the perspective that you have on a situation here. Though it does represent that it is based in fact. You've got reasons to feel the way that you feel and think the way that you think. But this can be when our thoughts can be overwhelming in some way. So this is about being aware of that. Because it can be quite an unhealthy mindset. But it's always based in fact and good reason. But it can disturb our sleep. It can disturb our wellness and, you know, well-being. It can be a very stressful period as well. You're waiting and waiting for something and feel stuck. You know, this just feels that sense of maybe things are beyond your control in some way here, Aquarius. And you're waiting, it feels like waiting to see what's going to happen next is what I'm seeing here. The energy here with the Six of Swords is telling you not to worry because, and here's Aquarian energy, which I do like for you. You know, the Six of Swords is telling you here, soon the worst is going to be behind you and you are moving towards better times. It's a kind of message from Spirit telling you here that the thing that you've been worrying about, you're going to worry. But Spirit is telling you, don't worry. Soon, the experience that you might have been going through where you felt stuck, maybe things beyond your control, or you've been waiting to see what will happen, there is a shift moving in the right direction for you here. And those worries, those mental anxieties, those stressful moments here are going to give way to calmer waters, you know, calmer shores. The Six represents equilibrium or things falling back into equilibrium in some way. So this is an energy of moving in the right direction. It can be a very healing energy. So Aquarius, this is an energy here of I think that you have been waiting for something to play out. I think that you have been not wanting to settle for less. You might be worrying what's going to happen in your circumstances. But the Six of Swords, and it might well be that you're waiting for something to come in as well. Maybe a process that you're going through here. But the Six of Swords is telling you here that you've no need to worry, even though you're going to, clearly, that there is a shift moving you in the right direction, and the worst is going to be behind you, and there are better times ahead. So this may well come in the form of communication. It can come in the form of health issues for some of you, if that's caused the issue. It can come in the form of release from maybe a stressful situation that you feel stuck in. Because the Six of Swords can be about moving from A to B. So it can be moving from one job to another, or moving from challenges to maybe getting new employment. It can be about moving or relocating. It can be about moving away from, some... if you've been going through a process and again you're waiting for communication to come in, there is a shift coming in, and it could well be through communication where things start moving in the right direction and you've gone through some kind of stressful period, but it feels that shift is moving you in the right direction, and it's moving towards the direction that you wanted it to go. So you were going to worry, but it feels like everything is moving as it should in the right direction for you. And it's a sense here of, it doesn't mean that you're completely to the other side yet, but the worst is behind you, and there is that sense of relief, a huge sigh of relief, a huge sigh that the thing that you've been worrying about, that shift is coming in to give you that sense of relief, and you're finally moving in the direction that you want to. So this is the energy that I'm seeing for you here, Aquarius, and it's all linked with not settling for less. Whether you're going through an official process and there's a stressful situation here and you've been waiting for things to play out, and it might well be something is happening that is shifting you in the right direction, or you're feeling, yeah, this is going really well. I was worrying about it, but it seems to be going very well for me. For others of you, like I said, it could well be leaving challenges behind to move towards better times, and it could well be practically with that. Again, for others of you, it can actually be very powerful. It would translate very powerfully in terms of health and healing issues, whether it was for you or someone else. This can be that sense of you have just felt you had to surrender and let things take their course. It's been a real stressful time for you, but healing is taking place and the worst is behind you, and you move towards calmer shores. So, like I said, these energies can be practical moves from A to B, from what was to what will be, challenges to better times. It can be to do with a process that you might be going through, or health issues. So the message remains the same. The thing that you're worrying about, Spirit is telling you don't, because there's a kind of sense of relief coming in, where a shift is coming and you're absolutely moving in the direction that I feel that you wanted to go in, and things are moving very positively towards the direction that you want to move in here. You're not quite there yet, but you're feeling more positive, and that things are feeling like they're on course here, Aquarius, for better times or the direction that you want to move in, towards an end result, maybe. Because there may well still be work to do here, but it's that sense of, yeah, but I'm on track now, and I feel that things are moving in a very positive way for me. So this is what I see for you this week. It is for 7 days, but this is the shift that I feel that you were hoping for, but you were worried that it wasn't going to happen in some way. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if the other happens? So, yeah. So your message from Spirit, we have vulnerability. This is confirmation that you're seeking to tread into the unknown, unfamiliar territory, where decisions are based more on intuition than rationality. Don't let fear hold you back, or allow a misguided sense that feeling vulnerable is somehow a negative condition. This comes back to the worry energy is what I'm seeing here. You are feeling vulnerable because I think it's a stressful time and you're thinking, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if the other happens? But this is a scenario here that Spirit is recognizing that there is vulnerability that you're dealing with here, and you have to just surrender. But it feels here there is a shift coming in where Spirit is telling you, you don't have to worry because there is a shift in the right direction for you. And you feel that sense of relief and more positivity in your own energy. Aquarius, that's what I have for you for the week ahead. I hope you enjoyed your reading. If you did, please do like, share and subscribe. I wish you a wonderful week. I will see you next time.